ranges, close render ranges, that it's actually remains disappeared. Okay, fold that up. And the other thing we need to do is plough this field here. Now, ordinarily I'd probably do that with a class, but that's hitched up to the slurry spreader at the moment. And this is what I mean about having multiple vehicles for all the jobs we have around the farm. To be fair, it's at points like this I could really use having 7 tractors. But go back a few days and I didn't need one for the jobs I needed to get done. And it doesn't really matter if that field behind us needs ploughing. Does that really matter? Because frankly, I can plough it tonight, tomorrow, the day after, end of fall. It really doesn't matter when I plough it at this point. I just know that it needs to be ploughed at some point. The field to our left needs some crop in it. Now, it had a cereal crop, so we're going to be planting... I think I was planning to plant canola in that. And I think we're very close to the point where it's time to plant canola. Did I say canola or clover? I meant canola. So, has he planted grass in that field? Wow. It's going to be a big baling contract if it comes out next year. Oops. I'm actually going to check on that. So, 17 is planted. Oh no. He's planted that field with alfalfa, which, okay, is what it is. That's going to be a little bit interesting, I guess. Okay, what's the case going to do? He is going to make that turn. Amazing. Okay. So again, this is fully grown grass, but if you look where I'm driving, I am reducing it by 1 growth stage. But I don't care, because this grass is purely pasture for the sheep to do what sheep do with it, graze. Okay, turn that off. And then these bales here are excess from the clover field that we've just queued up by. So obviously the plan there was, because I'm doing this cut now and those bales are still sat there, I didn't want to have the bales in the field for collection, because that would destroy the clover and be kind of a bad thing. Okay, you two, let's go jump in the truck. As I said, I could go and top off the tank. 7,000, it'll put us on about 21,000, but we're going to have to go to the BGA anyway. When we have more digestate available. So we've got what's in this tank. We've got what's left in the truck. And this will not complete either of the 2 fields that we've just done. But the 2 fields we've just done, ideally I would like to get digestate on them, because I am planting cereal crops in those fields next year, because they had oilseed this year. We were looking at sunflowers. I'm not even sure it's worth topping this off. I could just stick it in the field, get it going, do some of it, and what's in the truck is about just under a full tank for this. But I would only have to fill it once, not twice, doing it that way. Haven't checked the food status on our sheep this morning. I think they were going to be low on something, but we'll have to see in a minute. We'll take care of that next, maybe. Again, that's the field on our right. We ploughed and replanted as grass. I have no cares about soil type or anything like that. That's trying to fix a bug with the pasture grazing thing. So yeah, the field on our left is the big one. Number one on our right is the smaller of the two. So I'm thinking we should have enough digestate between today and tomorrow to complete field one. Field two, I might just have to go and plant oilseed radish in it and get the cheap boost of fertilizer that way. Anyway, let's get this. Stop the truck. Lined up on 360 thereabouts. So round about there. And if we tell the worker to start off, so we'll just get whatever the worker gets done. That'll be fine. See, now this one, it's easy to see where we've been because of the residue on the field after harvest. Okay. Oh, I was going to check the sheep, wasn't I? So, sheepies. Oakfield farm sheep needs water, grass silage or clover silage. Hay or clover. So we're using clover hay, we're using water. See, this is the problem. I am not getting grass here. And also need some sugar beets. So we're going to have to go and get in the telehandler. That's kind of handy. What have I got stuck on the front of this? Spike. A pallet fork. We know that upper field wants beets, so that's going to be a thing. And again, we're not desperate. Yeah, we've got a couple of hours before not feeding them is going to be a problem. We'll take care of that now. Oh, that's not working. There we go. D is empty. Nice. Well, I kind of figured that was going to happen. Bunny run. Local wildlife is out in force the last few days. We have a fair number of rabbits, a couple of groundhogs at the bottom of the backyard, and the deer are back. The deer seem to disappear off somewhere else over the summer. They are definitely back now. That really wasn't a lot of sugar beets. That's less than a half a pallet. And now the thought here is that once this starts actually growing, at the moment it's not, it should auto-replenish this. We shall see. Let's get in there. Yeah, that's 63%. So I'm going to run down, see if we can empty this crate on the other. I don't know that we can, because we did top off a bunch of the food requirements for this field. Looks like it already emptied. Okay, so we didn't use much of anything for that one. I'm going to jump out here, we'll top off the water again, and we'll grab the broom. Excellent. Mod this one. So otherwise I'd have to take an extra drive back up to the yard and fit a bucket on front of the telehandler in order to back up, in order to clean that mess up. Go forwards. So that was the sugar beets. And because pallets of sugar beets are base game, we don't have a problem with these vanishing on us. Just stick this back in the shed here. I think what's the problem? Oh, well, I think this here is a partial hay bale. Oh, I'm going to need to turn the forks back on. Okay, yeah. Partial clover bale. I seem to be getting a lot of lag there. Okay. So yeah, I've also discovered that partial hay bales are allowed, but partial clover silage bales don't work. They will vanish. That's all gone. Let's lift the forks up so we can drive. How is this field doing? So we're going to need more clover hay. Got to get some grass from somewhere, which is a pain. Now I could try, I've tried clover bales, but they don't seem to work. Grass is a pain because I have to hitch a single mower to the front of the loading wagon in order to do that. But Anyway, let's look back, check the other one. Oh, Clover, we are, yeah, everybody needs Clover hay, so let's go grab some more. Try not to hit the wall or the door or anything else. So I did stab the hay, so that's a good thing. Shouldn't go flying off somewhere weird. Drop that there, not sure how much we got left. We do know our other field needs some. Run over that a little further. We've still got 1,600 litres left, so that's not going to be sufficient for the other field, but I think it's sufficient for the other field to last us for at least most of the rest of the day. We can top up the Clover hay later. If we have, what is it? It's still early morning. If we end up with about 75% Clover hay in the trough down here, then I'm not going to panic too much about it. How's that look? We're going to have to zoom out. Oh, that's more than enough. So, tip that forward, have it drop off. Boop, gone. So, that Clover hay is full. That Clover hay is a bit close. We could probably get away with one bale tonight. Might use up a full bale over the two fields. So clover silage is next. This field needs some. So lift that up. Oh, I think I parked the baler in front of those silage bales over here. But the lower gate's open, so we should have sheep running around in free traffic on a fairly major road. Probably not the best plan, but it does mean I don't have to get out and open the gate again. First rule of countryside, close the gates. Oops. Yes, I did. I parked the baler in front of my row of silage bales. Again, let's check. This silage bales, that's close to a full bale. That is probably way over a full bale. So I probably need a second one up at the top there. But for right now, we can unload partial of this one. Then we'll have to go back up to the top field and unload another one. Or unload the rest of this one and the rest of the other one. There's no easy way to do this. I'm going to have to make the trip twice anyway. So drop. Oh, now what I could do, however, I don't want to do that. So there's only 895 litres here. If I drop this bale and drive away, it will vanish. So we kind of have to leave it in a significant part of the farm in order for it to stay here. Now I can probably store clover silage in the silo because we have the all crop silo extension. The other thing, in order to get round the problem of the disappearing clover silage bales, it would be nice to be able to put them into a feed wagon, not a feed mixer, a feed wagon that just shreds up bales and then distributes what's in there. But the bale shredders don't work. They generally only work with straw because that's what they're intended for. You might be able to put hay and silage in them, but they don't say they work with clover silage, and that's kind of a problem because that's what we have. Grass silage is kind of fine because it's an in-game product and it doesn't disappear on us. At least I haven't found it does. But anyway, we got them 890 litres of silage there. So the next job is to try and drive in a straight line. That would be a plan. So that field there is full capacity food. So I can close the gate when we leave. I might try again with the clover bale, but as I said, it doesn't seem to be working. Loose clover doesn't seem to be working either. How many bales have we got left there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I think we got a fair collection in the lower yard as well. So I've got quite a few, which is why we'll be selling all of them that we make now once they're finished fermenting. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we're going to use all of this in the top yard. And there might be a mod which allows me to put clover silage into a bale shredder. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. And that one's disappeared. Good. So, how are we doing so far? That needs more clover hay. I'm not too worried about that. That should last us most of the day. This we see we could do hay pellets again. $500,000 worth of equipment to do pellets. I could do fresh maize, which means devoting one of my fields to growing corn, which may or may not be a problem, and then silaging it. If you harvest corn, it's corn. If you do a thing with the forage harvester, then it becomes maize. I think fresh maize, and then if you put it in a silage bunker, you turn it into maize silage. And I could do that with the rest of it. But also getting into silage or maize growing, I can get away with something. Blah, blah, blah. One of these. I can just put that on the front and we're good to go. Don't know if I don't appear to have any others added. But yeah, it's 150 horsepower. We can use one of our mid-sized tractors on that and just silage a field that way. And fresh maize will sit around for ages because it doesn't rot. I can possibly store it again in the bunkers. So, does this, as I said, I haven't found this particular plan to work. So we back off. That was a 4,000 litre bale. They needed something. And it's still 4,000 litres. They're not accepting Clover. And if I put a tipper over that area, it just tells me you can't tip that there. So again, Clover's not working. At least not in this field. I can't test it in the other field because it's auto-replenishing from the pasture as grazing, so that's not working. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. The ground is dry. Yay. So we'll put the clover bales back. It's one of the reasons why I kept the clover bales, because I figured obviously clover doesn't rot, so it's easier to store than grass. And obviously once winter comes and the grass stops growing, we have no access to grass anyway. So I need a longer term solution for sheep feed. Now, base game, you can either use hay or you can use grass, so that's not really an issue. And typically I just go all out hay production because I don't have to worry about storing it except finding a barn to stick it under. But okay, we can park this in here. That's good. Okay, we are done with that. Did I shut the gate? I don't know. It's one of those things I never fully remember. I think that's a manure cart, so not something I want.